Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda and I've recently been going through some struggles with my art. So I want to dive in to what's going on and how I'm going to fix it by navigating creative roadblocks and hopefully sharing some tips and strategies for artists who are struggling with art progression. So in the last month I've been on the struggle bus with my art. I feel stuck. I feel like I need to progress and improve, but I don't know how. So much so that it's stopping me from creating specifically anything hard or new. I have no idea where I want to take my art. I've lost my direction again. Yes, again. It wasn't that long ago that I had it all figured out, or so I thought. I thought I had finally narrowed down my subjects to 2, my landscapes and foods, and my medium to 1, gouache. And I was happy with this decision until I wasn't, which, let's be honest, we know me. That didn't take me too long to hate the idea and go back on what I said. I was so happy with just wanting to dabble in gouache in these 2 subjects, and I still am, but I think that I've become stuck because of my progress, or lack thereof. All I know is that I do not want my current way of creating to be my destination in art. So what's actually wrong with my art? Let's make a wee list, shall we? Skill. My eye is definitely further along in skill than my hand is right now. I'm seeing problems with my art that my hand just doesn't know how to fix. Right now, to me, especially in my landscapes, they seem rather abstract, not realistic, very cartoony, not enough small details, flat and boring. Like this piece that I'm doing just now. Not only is it all of the above, it lacks interest and depth, contrast. It's just trees and leaves. Snorefest. Honestly, I don't know what happened, because the piece before this and the piece after this was quite alright, it came out good. But this one, no. And it made me think about all of this stuff, which even though some of my pieces are coming out great and others not so great, I think that I'm definitely stuck as an artist and just in a loop. I think I have gravitated towards the landscapes that I'm currently creating now, not because I love them, but more because they are easy, or they were, but they're getting a bit stale. I want to do more with my art. I don't want it to just be trees and landscapes not landscapes. I do want landscapes, but I don't want it just to be trees and roads. I want to add more things, but I don't know how to. So to fix this problem, let's first break it down with tips that I've received in the past. And then we'll go into what I think is the best way to approach it, because I honestly don't think that half of these tips are very helpful in my current situation. So usually when we Google this problem with art, you know, how to progress, how to overcome burnout, art blocks, so on and so forth, we get a list of generic, but helpful in some cases, solutions. Things like practice, practice, practice. This is my favourite solution to our problem. Yes, this is what we should be doing, but how do we know what to practice or how to practice? This answer should come with a guide on other questions you can ask yourself to help fulfill this solution. You need to know what kind of art you want to make, where you want to take your art career, or is it just a hobby? These questions need answers before you know what and how to practice. Then that turns into questions themselves. Even if you know the answers to what, where, career, hobby, you need to know what direction to go in to reach your goals. There's a lot of unguided soul searching involved in this solution practice, and I don't think that it's explained enough. We need to learn how to ask ourselves the hard questions and learn how to answer them as well. And I think that experienced artists should be able to give a little bit more of a guidance on this answer and stop with the practice, practice, practice. Or at least if you're gonna say practice, 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 then follow that up with how, and ask them questions that trigger their concerns about art. Like I said, what do you want to do with your art? Do you want to make it a career? Do you want to just share it? Do you want to do it for joy? What kind of things are you interested in? What kind of art have you liked doing in the past? All of these kinds of questions can lead to a better understanding and answer on what and how to practice. Then you have the good old master the fundamentals. Okay, but how? Is there resources? Which resources will work better for me? which will guide me towards my personal art goals. Do I need to learn the fundamentals of drawing faces if all I want to paint are backgrounds, landscapes and foods? Because you bet you, if you put that into YouTube or any other search engine, it'll come up with how to draw a basic face. How often do I practice these fundamentals? I've already learned them. How do I use them in my own art? Loads of different questions to ask. Loads of different questions to think about and answer. Use references, thumbnails, colour comps, so on. I already do this, but it's hard when you are in the middle of an art block to be motivated to even find references or take your own. Finding references is a job in itself. I definitely want to start using my own references more. I have thousands, but this is difficult. It's not going to help you with your art block. Yes, you can force yourself to use references and find things that you want to paint and draw, but usually half the battle is that. Scrolling on Pinterest for hours and hours is not going to make you come out of your art block any faster. At least not in my opinion. Yes, you might find inspiration, but are you going to actually jump up from your couch and start creating? I don't know. Buy new art supplies, use a different medium. I think this is good to shake things up a bit. Maybe shake off the staleness, spark some joy, but you might not have enough money to buy new art supplies or get into a new medium. You might want to stick to only one medium and learn how to do good in that. There's nothing wrong with that, and you shouldn't feel the need to buy new supplies just to get you back into art again. This is a silly suggestion. I mean, yes, maybe using different supplies depending on who you are and what your personality is like, might convince you that you want to go back to your old supplies, you miss them, you want to use them again, or you might find a new medium that you like that you didn't think that you would. But I think that when we're in art block, especially my type of art block, it's not that I don't want to use my own supplies or that using different supplies will help. It's that I want to know how to progress with the current supplies that I have, and using different supplies is definitely not going to help me with that. I just don't think it applies here. And the last tip that I have found when you search these things on the interwebs is to watch YouTube videos or consume other artists' art. Now, when I had my long break that I was trying so desperately to claw back into my art practices over the last year or 2 years, I stopped watching art videos altogether. I just did not want to consume any art at all. I felt like any time that I watched any artist do a studio vlog or make art, it felt like it was a kind of punch to the gut that I wasn't doing it and that I should be doing it, and it made me feel guilty. So in a sense, yes, it can spark motivation and inspiration to do your own thing, but I also think that it's a slippery slope if you are in art block. Now, this might be because I was maybe depressed and going through some sort of medical issues, but also I think that it's just difficult to differentiate between wanting to make art and not being able to, and being easily motivated by other artists, because like I said, I didn't enjoy consuming that kind of content, and I had to be in the right mindset, a creative mindset, to actually find that sort of content enjoyable again. And it's only just been in the last couple of months that I've actually been able to start watching artists again and becoming inspired and motivated from them, rather than just feeling envious and annoyed when I watch them. If that's you, if you feel like you are definitely not getting inspired or motivated from watching these people and you feel guilty when you're watching them, please just stop. Don't consume videos that will make you feel worse. Maybe try and do other things. Now, these are also tips that a lot of people have told in the past. Just do other things, you know, go for a walk, whatever. Even though these are all valid tips, I don't relate right now. So what am I going to do to stop the struggle bus? Well, I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to give myself homework. I tend to do better when I'm told what to do, given a goal and some steps to follow. So since I'm the only one who can figure out what my art goals are and what I want to do with my art, I'm the one that has to come up with a plan. It still counts. I've decided to give myself a challenge or two, maybe 4. The first one, and these are in no particular order, it just depends what I decide to do first. I haven't thought about it that far yet, but I want to do a food challenge, and this is actually hosted by a couple of people on Instagram, and I'm going to do it over there, but I'm also going to record my progress on YouTube too. I want to do it in a sense that is a little bit different from that challenge. They release one every week. I'm going to do as many as possible. The other one is movie scenes and backgrounds, because I want to be a landscape artist, but I also want to add more things to my landscapes, and I kind of want to be a background artist too, maybe dive in to visual development at some point. And I also want to be able to paint things, so everyday items and things. It's quite hard to explain what this means, so I'll probably explain it better when I come up with the actual thing that I want to do to make this happen. And then the other challenge that I want to set myself is going to be to use my own references from photos that I've taken around Scotland with my day trips with my dad, and actually paint from them and use them as references in my art, because I want to utilise that. I have thousands and thousands of references of places that I've wanted to draw or paint, and I just haven't done it yet because I don't think I can give it justice, and if I share it on Facebook or social media, then people will know where it's supposed to be and if it's good art or not. So I need to choose my medium, my paper, my size, my amount of things that I want to do, and a deadline. And basically I just want to copy, steal, learn, explore and discover. That's my words of wisdom. I hope that I find something in these challenges to do, and I'm excited to share more information about it. Sorry that I just plopped it in the last couple of minutes of this video, so I can't really go into much detail, but I'm hoping to obviously share it with you as I go along on my journey. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't, to get notified of when I post a video, or hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you have, then thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.